On today's Casual Friday edition of the DNVR Nuggets Podcast, we're going to talk about what we hope to see on Sunday in the preseason game.
Also, we're going to answer your mailbag questions.
I'm going to blind rank some stuff. This is the DNBA show.
Let's get casual. Throw your sweatpants on, boys. I see you already did. All right. What is up, everybody? Welcome to DNVR Nuggets Podcast.
Let's go. Let's go.
Presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app and use code DNVR365 whenever you sign up. Choose your offer and find out whatever the moment. It's never ordinary at Bet365. The fellas in the podcast studio, a.k.a. Studio B. D-Line Co. in Belgrade.
Yes.
Deb somewhere we have no idea. We never know where Deb is. But
probably Mexico.
Here with me, Harrison.
Happy to be here in Studio B. We need a new name for this studio, though.
The podcast studio.
Just the podcast studio.
That's what D-Line wants it called. We look like an Oreo today. Do you guys see us? Look at that.
Oh, yeah, look at
Yeah,
that.
we do. Look at that.
Kind of a double stuff, to be honest. Here, I'm not looking great.
Double stuffed. Okay.
Brendan Vogt.
Adam
Adam
feels self-conscious right now. That's what he's trying to say. You look great, man.
I actually am not that self-conscious, I don't think. On today's show, I'm excited to talk about, you guys sent some great questions in. I look forward to finding out what those are. Vogt tells me they're great questions, so we're going to fly off the seat of our pants.
Don't
Where does that expression come from?
Fly by the seat of your pants?
Yeah.
Kale, look it up.
No, we actually need Yaya on that after yesterday's research.
After yesterday's research where he stunned us all. We do have a haters ball coming up, which is great. We're also going to go to Serbia, to Belgrade, where D-Line is a man on the ground. He has some mailbag questions or some, I don't know what it is for us that he's going to be throwing our way. I imagine it's going to be a little drunk and sloppy. So look forward to all that. But we're going to start with our top story today, which is, do you guys remember back when the Nuggets played basketball?
Oh, yes. What a time it was.
It was a week ago. It was a full week ago.
That was a good week.
And on the other side of the globe, well, only 2 more days, they will pick back up and start playing some more games. I can't wait. Should give us more to talk about. But I wanted to ask what we want to see there. I don't know how you guys feel, but I feel like training camp hasn't really begun for the Nuggets. I've been hammering this point that it's been they've had an extended buddy vacation, bonding trip. But real preseason, I think, starts on Sunday for them. They'll be better prepared for it. I think we'll see more meaningful things. I anticipate guys will play longer. So now the question comes, we had an appetizer of preseason basketball, but we're going to get the main course coming up here in the next couple of days. So what do you want to see? Like, what's the number one thing now? And has it changed for you? We'll start with you, Harrison.
It hasn't changed for me, to be honest. It's still Westbrook and how Russell Westbrook fits within the Nuggets team dynamic. That was my biggest thing heading into the first game.
Yeah.
Thought we saw a lot of interesting things, some good, some bad, a lot of stuff to digest, but I just want to see more of it, man. I want to see him play more with the starters. I want to see how the bench unit looks around him more. I want to see how the team reacts to him pushing the pace in transition and just inserting more juice into the game on offense.
Yeah.
I want to see him fly around out there some more. So he is still number one for me and just things I'm looking forward to watching in a preseason game.
Well, I'm also looking forward to that. But I think if we distill it down a little bit more.
I didn't even say it.
I caught it. I don't think he said it, though.
You didn't think so?
But I caught it.
Check the tape.
I caught it.
Westbrook, let's distill it down even more because I think after this wasn't my number one thing, I would have said seeing him play with Jokic and this or that. But I think what I'm most interested in now is the pace. And I keep coming back to 20 transition possessions and a half when he was on the court or in the portion that he was playing. And throughout the week at Nuggets practice, I've been asking David Adelman, is that by design? And everybody is saying, yes, it is. But I also get the sense that while a point of emphasis, it's more of we told the guys to play faster, not we built in a structure to play faster or anything. So I'm curious if on Sunday it's no, man, there's 25 transition possessions again or 30 transition possessions because then we'll have a sense of it. And to me, that is a major part of the Westbrook factor. So I agree with the subtext of that.
And also just maybe with the starters, they won't play a lot faster. Like, I even if there's this emphasis from the coaching staff, maybe the starters will play a little faster here and there. It's still tough for me to see them playing significantly faster. But then when it comes to the bench and the minutes that Westbrook is on the floor for, just think about the guy he's replacing mostly from last season, Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson wasn't exactly playing fast. He wasn't exactly getting up and down the floor quickly.
Actually, slower than Jamal Murray. Bringing the ball up
slower
the floor.
than Jamal Murray in that he was literally slower than every player in the NBA. Reggie Jackson, number one and slowest at bringing the ball
Not
up.
exactly getting the ball up the floor quickly. Just that swap right there, that's going to inherently lead to a lot more possessions.
But here's the thing. I agree with you that I think if you were breakdown, if they did play faster, why? It would be 80% because of bench tempo, or we don't even call it bench tempo, Westbrook tempo.
Yeah.
But I actually disagree with you that we won't see a difference, because Jamal Murray stood out to me in his attempts to push the pace and just to play with pace. And I know that this is something that, my stat that we keep referencing, that Jamal Murray is third slowest point guard to bring the ball across half court. I know that is a number that the team is aware of. I'm going to take people behind the curtain here a little bit. I love Michael Malone. He's really good with the media. He's really savvy at these things. I hate when a coach or a player or somebody will say something to the media and people will be like, I told you. He told us that he doesn't care. And you guys... Malone knows what can be said in that setting versus what's true, and those lines run parallel sometimes, but sometimes they cross. I think this is one that the organization, the coaching staff, is aware of. Yeah, we play slow. It probably would be better if we play fast. I don't know if they prioritize it like I do. It might be a small thing. But I at least know it's something they're aware of, and we're like, yeah, it would be nice to increase. And seeing Jamal Murray, in great shape, what looks like great shape, pushing himself, I actually think he is going to be faster this year. Jamal Murray.
Which is a good segue to, as far as the wish list goes, I think just another good first quarter from Jamal Murray, or a good first quarter from Jamal Murray. Not that preseason means too much, but you just still want to see it. You want to see him look quick. You want to see him look active, and all the whether it's diving on the floor, getting a rebound, playing defense. I just think Murray playing with some sort of vigor you want to see. All the starters together, I still want to see more. Again, not that you're going to solve anything in preseason, but
there's a position battle too.
There's a position battle. So is it going to be Julian Strawther? If it is Christian or Julian, how do they fit in some of the ways we outlined yesterday? Whether it's how aggressive do you want to be while Jokic is on the floor? How does your skill set, Julian versus Christian, kind of change the way the Nuggets would operate their offense? Particularly the two-man game. There's still a lot to learn about how it works, regardless of who the fifth person is, and we're still in that mode, and I'm still gathering data. Yeah.
The Christian piece of this, I think, is huge. I think how Christian looks on offense is a big one to me. I don't think he's looked good in either game offensively. And it's not a big deal. It's a half. I mean, it's a small sample size. But I would love, it's not even about making threes, although I would love for him to make some threes. To me, it's more the ball handling and just the decision-making and the comfort level in that decision-making that I would love to see. And to me, it would be near the top of the list is Christian catches a dribble handoff, gets to the rim, and not even finishes, but makes a play. Like, gets the ball to where it was supposed to go. And you're like, that felt like a continuity offense. That, to me, would be pretty high on the list.
I thought he's had a couple nice drives in these first two games.
He has.
A couple nice drives, finishes, getting to the line as well. But you want to see decisiveness from him in those scenarios. Like, you want to see him get the ball and not think twice about going to the rack, going to the rim, getting into the paint, and then trying to finish or make a play for somebody else there. You want to see that decisiveness, because when he starts second guessing himself, when he starts getting a little tentative, that's when you could see like him harming the Nuggets starting five offensively. So he's definitely high on my list too. And I'll even say, I think Christian Braun should be the starter. I kind of want to see Julian Strawther with the starters a little too.
I do too. And I wouldn't even mind him starting a game. I think
not this game, maybe the next game.
I agree. I think Tuesday's game might be the great rest, because who do you play? The Thunder. Who do you play on opening night?
The Thunder.
So that might be a game where it's like, hey, that's our picket game.
Yeah. Zeke come on.
Do we need that?
Well, do we need it? Do we need this preseason game in the middle of a 3-game stretch? I don't know. But I'm with you. Julian Strother starting in that and getting heavy minutes, not like 2 minutes here, but getting like 6 straight minutes in 2 different halves. So we at least see that. To me, that would be another thing high on my list.
I like that. One more for me is just Šarić in different lineups. Just Šarić.
Which one, though?
What Šarić next? As many as I can see. Šarić next to Jokic. Šarić next to Aaron Gordon. Šarić
I know,
next
so
to.
I can't believe they're making us
say
do
it
this
10 times fast. Maybe whether it's next to Porter, but mostly Jokic. But yeah, just as many different guys that you can put him next to. I'm just curious how it all looks.
I think Aaron Gordon's Šarić is the one that I would be most intrigued to see, because the more I think about it, the more I actually think we're going to get this. And somebody, I apologize because somebody wrote this on Twitter last night. I could probably find it in short order, but I don't have it in front of me. One thing we keep thinking about is Westbrook and the idea of a rim roller, right? Mm-hmm. Šarić is not that. Dario's not that. But Aaron Gordon is. And is there a world where your second unit has an identity of some double drags, which one we know is kind of a piece of this? And could that be Šarić popping, Gordon rolling? Could it be Michael Porter popping Šarić, or Aaron Gordon rolling and Šarić is in the corner or on the wing? To me, that actually makes sense. It's not a 5, which one of the nice things is are you going to stick a 5 on AG? Can he do some ball handling stuff that punishes that? And if not, are you going to put a little guy on him? Like, okay, Aaron Gordon's going to punish a little guy. So using him as the rim roller, it works. Mavericks had great success rolling 4s in Derek Jones Jr. last year. PJ Washington, when he would play alongside Lively, he was the 4, but they would run that pick and roll and dive him. There's things you can get creative with if that's your front court combo, where Aaron Gordon is essentially the 5 on the roll.
Yeah.
Even though Šarić might be a 5 in other configurations.
There are almost endless possibilities in terms of what the identity of the second unit could be. And that's a situation the Nuggets haven't found themselves in recently.
Yeah.
Last year, no identity.
Yeah.
The year before that, maybe a little more of an identity, but really nothing.
Which is, we've seen the.
It's just like, let's throw the ball out there and maybe get a stop and try to score in transition.
And
that was the game plan.
Or get it to Reggie because the clock's winding down.
Or find Jeff Green in the post and shoot a fadeaway.
But that's just it, right? And it's these musical chairs of the other guys, and how will it work? But the one thing we haven't seen is the fundamental, okay, a different starter. Let's just try something else besides just exchange the other pieces because it hasn't worked.
And I don't know. Like, do you think the Nuggets are going to put in the time to let the bench have an identity? Because you have to do a lot of work like in practice to make that a thing.
Yeah.
And you don't practice much anymore.
You have limited practice time. How much of practice are you going to devote to, all right, let's run through some plays with the bench offense?
Right.
Like, that's not usually, I feel like, on the priority list for a practice for a team like the Nuggets,
Totally.
So it's an investment that you have to make, but it feels like it should be worth it.
Yeah. How about this one? We got 2 more. I want to get 3 more, really. I want to get to Peyton Watson minutes. I mean, I want to see where he belongs in this. I don't think we're going to get it Sunday, but I do think it's as early as Tuesday you might see it. Certainly, I think by Thursday we're going to see it. He's starting to participate in things. That's a big one, and I want to see how he plays. And in particular, if I had to single it out, I want to see what he does on offense. He talked about yesterday at practice. By the way, no Nuggets practice today. He talked about
Hooping.
Being a hooper. What does that mean? That could be a good thing or a bad thing for Peyton Watson.
I know exactly what it means.
What's it mean?
It means like being a guy on offense. It means creating.
Yeah.
It means dribbling a lot more. It means looking to score individually a lot more. Like it means just like going out there and playing a more significant role individually on offense than he played last year.
Yeah. And I think that's it too, but is that good or bad?
I think we'll see.
That's what I mean, is I would love, and I don't know if we're going to get this on a guy that's been on the shelf for a month, if he's going to look good right away, but I would like to see like, oh, little dribble, Euro step, got to the rim and finished. That's nice. Oh, drive to the basket, drops it off or kicks it out on a not like a Jokic pass, but a good pass. Where you're like, hey, there's something there. I would love to see that.
I think most likely it will be a good thing if he's playing with the bench mostly.
Yeah.
Even if he's playing with the starters a little bit, I think it could be a good thing. But I I think if he's playing with bench lineups, it could be a good thing.
Yeah. We're already at our first break. I got 2 more of these that I want to get to. Actually, 1 more of these, and then Grace J made a good comment about playing in transition that I want to address because I think there is an actual answer to that about playing in transition but not reducing your effectiveness. Good answer to that on the other side.
Denver's best roofers have joined the DNVR team. Shout out to our friends over at Red Hawk Roofing, the best in the business. Quality materials, decades of experience, quick response time. They are Colorado's best estimators and contractors, shoot DNVR supporters as well. And here's what you get with Red Hawk Roofing. They do a great job in every aspect of their business, but they also give you a free no-obligation roof and property inspection, and they give you a free in-depth photo report for all inspections as well. Supporting your local teams also means supporting local businesses like Red Hawk Roofing. And these guys are Colorado. They're Denver people through and through. You'll see them at the bar. You'll see them around town. Just, say what's up if you see their truck on the street or something. If you're looking for a new roof of your home or business, give them a call, 720-771-8921, redhawkroofing.com. Tell them DNVR sent you.
Which way, Western man? You have one more beautiful weekend here, at least one more coming up in Colorado. Do you want to go outside, see something beautiful, hang out with friends and family?
Sure.
Or do you want to stay inside and bet on football all weekend,
Well, that
baby?
one.
Yeah, Bet 365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary with our friends at Bet 365, the pioneers of live betting, offering all kinds of offers when you sign up. Please do sign up at Bet365 using code DNVR365. Again, you'll see tons of offers like the basketball early payout offer. You're a winner if your team goes up by 20 points. Get an instant payout on straight bets and parlay selections, even if that team goes on to lose the game. It's a game of runs, as D-Line likes to remind you, as we know all too well after the playoffs.
It's a make and miss league, too.
It's a make or miss league.
Yeah.
But that doesn't have to be.
ALLCITY.
You can take advantage of this. You can. All you need is a run to win with the early payout offer. Again, download the app. Use code DNVR365 when you sign up. Keep an eye out for those parlay boosts. For those can't miss offers. You also get a bet and get offer, a first bet safety net offer. The choice is yours there when you use code DNVR365 to sign up. You have to be 21 or older and physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right, back here, segment 2. I want to talk about, so Grace J brought up a good point. Can you scroll up, Kale, and find this one here? She says, low possessions are one way for the Nuggets to limit 3-point attempts, which I think is something true, right?
Yep.
Denver is a team that is so efficient in the half court that there is a sense of why up the possessions, which ups the variance, keep it small because you're going to out-execute on the lower number. I think it's smart. It's a good take. Here's the difference. When I say playing fast, that does not mean more possessions. Patty Mills is the quintessential player that understood this for that Spurs team that was so dominant. And the reason was he sprinted up the court to create mismatches, and then you start your offense with lots of time to exploit that mismatch. I think the Nuggets are likely, I haven't put thought into this, so I'm talking, maybe I'm forgetting a team, but I think the Nuggets are probably the number 1 team in the NBA at exploiting cross matches. If you get across, the Nuggets are also last year, and it might be different this year. If you go back and watch segment 3 of yesterday's show, I talked about how in the clutch, Denver might struggle to create switches because of a lack of KCP. But Denver last year and for the last couple years has been probably the best at creating switches and exploiting switches, and that's honestly part of their bread and butter. But what tempo does not mean more possessions. You sprint the ball up the court and you jack up a shot. You sprint up the court and force switches.
Right.
And now you got up the court in 4 seconds. You reset, takes another 4 seconds. And now you still have 16 seconds left, but you've already generated the thing you wanted. So much of offense is about, all right, the first 10 seconds are just to get a switch, and now we have it, and now we have to go. If you can do that in transition, that's the key. So it's tempo with a purpose to me. That is what we're talking about. And Denver having so many different ball handlers who can bring it up, but Westbrook in particular, you can sprint up, and all of a sudden, Derek Lively is on Westbrook, and Jokic lumbers up the court slowly, and he posts up Dante Exum or whoever is left. And it's like, you're going to score on this possession just because you sprinted it up and were patient after the sprint.
Yeah. My read on why the Nuggets play as slow as they do is partly, Jamal Murray and just the pace he plays at, but also because they probably think that they can just get a bucket every time down.
They can.
And they're right for thinking that. And so they're just like, yeah, why would we, play fast and run and get tired? Why wouldn't we just like walk the ball up the floor and run our offense and just get a bucket every time?
Is it more exhausting to play offense or defense?
Defense.
I think it's no question defense. And if you sprint back defensively, now you're tired. Even if you slow things up, it's like the offense is now in control. It's like MMA or something. When you have the higher ground, the other guy has to use more energy to get out from that than you have to do to press that advantage. So I agree with you. They probably feel that way.
Yeah.
But it's not about that. The game that really sticks out in my head is that Knicks game. Was it last year or the year before, where the Knicks came in here after going to Utah, the Utah to Denver back-to-back, which should be the hardest back-to-back in the league. And that game was so easy. We were at it. I don't know if there was a takeover or what, but Julius Randle, who should have been dog-tired, got 15 seconds of rest every possession on defense. And I remember going, this guy wants to quit, but they allowed him to stop.
I remember that. You were so pissed.
Because you could watch it literally every play. You could see Randle
livid.
Randle would go down court on defense and have his hand on his knees for 10 seconds, and Denver wouldn't do anything. And then
just
he'd be like,
sitting in the corner guarding Aaron Gordon.
And then it was like, okay, I caught my breath. And you're like, dude, just sprint and that guy will quit.
Yeah.
So that is the example to me where you get your cake and eat it too.
And, easier said than done in this matchup I'm about to outline. But let's say Anthony Davis wants to guard Jamal Murray. Good on him, but then make him work, right? And then this is a way. Like, make him sprint on that end. And now, again, easier said than done. He's strong, physical, is able to sort of get on you before you're able to even do that. But it's just... It always feels like that's one way in which teams are attacking the Nuggets that the Nuggets are never attacking teams.
So I think there's something to that. The last one for me, your boy, Michael Porter Jr., phenomenal in the one half that we saw him play. This is a big year for MPJ. I want to go all in and say it's going to be career year. I'm so close to doing it. I'm so close. I'm so curious to see how he plays in this next game. If he looks good, if they play him at the 4 more and he looks good, I might start I'm telling you, Sunday night post-game show, a Michael Porter good game. It's all loaded. It's all ready to go. I have it in the holster. If he has a good game, I'm firing off MPJ takes that'll make Vogt blush.
You're probably going to try to claim him as one of your guys.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Season. That's what's going to happen.
I'm just trying to tell you.
I might have to get more aggressive here in the next couple of weeks.
Michael Porter to me, though, very high on my list of guys I'm curious to
What I'm most curious about when it comes to him, though, is the position that he plays. There's been so much talk and chatter about him playing more 4. Is he going to, be in a small ball lineup right there? Is he going to stagger with the bench a little? Whatever it is, I hope we see him play a lot of power forward. And just like, how does the offense look with him there? How does the defense look? I want to see, there's no reason we shouldn't. Preseason is time to experiment if you think that's going to be a heavy part of your regular season diet. So definitely high on my list too.
Yeah. You got nothing on MPJ? Kale, what's going on?
He's worried Adam's going to take him as one of his guys.
Is Vogt's mic
this
on?
This is what's happening right now.
Because I didn't hear a take when I just threw out an MPJ alley-oop.
He's worried.
I'm trying to diversify my take portfolio.
Oh, okay.
I just don't want to. I don't want to be a one trick pony.
Don't let Adam take MPJ.
I am actually worried.
You got to hold on to what's yours.
I am sincerely worried about this.
I have a tinfoil hat conspiracy question for you. Is there a chance that all this chatter about MPJ at the 4 is to get looks at both MPJ and AG at the 4, since they're probably going to have to pick between one of the two?
No. No.
Kale, what?
I know, it is a great take, though. I actually love it. It is a perfect
I understand
form,
it's
but
very
no.
tinfoil hat. But
No, I don't think that's
I don't think... Dude, I'll be honest with you.
I think that Kale's accelerating a conversation we may have to never have, but may come up eventually.
Kale's planning for next off-season show.
I mean, already. No, but I will say this. I think MPJ, while he's in a good situation, and he's good as a 3, I think he's better as a 4, personally. I think he's going to be there. And I saw some people saying, oh, you think he can guard LeBron? I'm like, no, he's not going to start at the 4. This is a staggered lineup. He's going to be having to guard the Bielitsas of the world. I know he's no longer in the league. He's
Also, if you just look at most 4s, MPJ's actually bigger than them.
1,000%.
LeBron James is a dying breed of 4.
Yeah, and also when LeBron's on the court, they're probably not going to that lineup. Right? That's a different. It's situational.
Also, NBA's GM's third best small forward in the league, power forward LeBron James.
Yeah, I mean
he's both. Yeah. He is both. But I know what you mean.
So those are the types of situations and scenarios I want to look at. Should we go to the mailbag?
Mailbag.
Hop in the mailbag here. Friday mailbag.
All right, well, it's mail time, fellas. We got some good ones from the good folks out there.
Are we starting in the interwebs or are we starting in Belgrade?
Interwebs. We got to go to Belgrade a little. We're still working our way up to Belgrade.
So, Kel, we're just going to go in order here on the sheet, pal. And this first one comes to us from Andrew Bully, or an ESPN NBC show.
I think this is an obvious answer.
Oh, current Nugget. No.
Current Nugget.
It's DeAndre Jordan.
I was thinking.
Oh, you're arriving at it. It's DeAndre Jordan, right? Like DeAndre is so lovable, big personality.
Yeah, he'd be very good.
I could see him. I don't see him on the desk, but I could see him doing, remember Kevin Garnett was on there for a while. I could see him doing something like that. Or,
I could see him doing a lot of reports from the field.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
That's a great answer.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
DeAndre
just
Jordan,
him doing fun stuff everywhere, and he checks in. That's most of his life.
He's kind of doing that for the Nuggets at the moment.
Guys loves a fun
anybody
life.
else?
Would Russ ever do it? That's the only one.
He's not really a fan of the current media, but he could create his own lane with it.
He's like Iverson to me in that he's more charismatic as the figure that he is, not as a Charles, who that translates to now being in a role. I think he's an attractive personality.
Yeah.
But that's different than a TV personality. Is there anyone else you foresee? Not Murray, not Christian, not MPJ.
The only other guy
is curious.
is probably still playing in 10 years, and that's Peyton Watson.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't think.
But even him,
He's so young.
enough.
That's a lot of projection.
About
who knows what he'll be. I have a better answer even than DeAndre Jordan, but you don't want to hear it.
Michael Malone.
Michael Malone. Are you kidding me? His best move might be to be coaching's hard.
Dude, can Michael Malone be just Jeff Van Gundy 2.0? Yes.
By the way,
way better though. I feel.
And he's got the Nuggets tattoo. Whether he steps away or eventually down the line, this job they go different place. That should be his next move for sure. Don't go coach the Bucks or whatever.
Yeah.
Go on TV, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, or come on the DNVR show.
We changed keeping it 1,000 to keeping it 420.
Yeah. That's really good.
Because he's gonna have 420.
But yeah, I get it.
You guys get it.
Yeah.
Good question though. What else we got?
All right, this next one, what's the harm in cutting Pickett and signing Holiday? Malone plays him too much?
100%. You answered your own question. We've actually talked about this very thing. And look, here's my belief, man, and I could be wrong on this because the Nuggets don't really have a lot of options. I think the Nuggets will do something like that at the deadline. I think there's real value to it. I don't think that they can make a smart trade because they're just out of bullets, and unless Zeke Naji has an incredible first 3 months, which I don't foresee. I think they're going to end up having to buy guys out or eat, we're going to have to eat this to send a guy away, but we're not really getting anything of value back. I think something of that nature, but a Holiday is the example of a player that could be available for free, and it's literally buy, pick it out, bring him in. You bring him in now, does Julian play less? Does he get less of a role? I don't know. You bring him in at the deadline, and it's all right, Julian has some roots that have gone down, and hopefully he doesn't get Peyton Watson'd.
Yeah. I agree. I think that's definitely something you look at midway through the season or whatever. See if that's a big need for you, which it could be, and then act on it. You just look at the list of free agents that are available. It's kind of crazy how there's some of these guys still out there, like a Markelle Fultz,
Markelle Fultz, to me, if it was me personally, I probably would add him to the roster for Pickett now because I don't think that's a guy that's going to eat. It's such a specific type of player that I don't think he's going to eat minutes.
Yeah.
I strongly agree with that.
Because I think Fultz will get taken up. But I don't know. The guys that are inconsistent.
It's just going to be the first team whose backup point guard gets hurt. They'll just sign Markelle Fultz. That's what will happen.
But as far as the Holiday, this just is the great Calvin Booth debate. Yes, there are veterans you could sign that increase your chance of winning any given playoff game, by whatever small percentage. Yeah. Versus the longer game of trying to develop players on controllable deals and not play musical chairs for the next 10 years. So that yes, a guy like Justin Holiday is available. Yes, he was helpful last year. And yes, that's actually precisely why he's not being signed by Calvin
Yeah, it's
Booth.
like he was helpful, but how helpful? The bench still sucked the whole year, and it sucked in the playoffs.
At what cost, right? So did
At what
his
cost
marginal
is-
improvement come at the cost of Peyton Watson getting minutes, and which we'd be having a different conversation today?
I can't wait till Justin Holiday is getting torched in the playoffs by Kevin Durant, and we're like, well, at least we have a corner spacer.
I don't know if you guys saw
did hit
the
the shots,
latest
didn't he?
free agent to hit the market yesterday.
Did I see it? I don't know.
Matt Ryan.
Oh, did I see it? You know, I saw
I
it.
almost texted you about it.
Did I not say?
I did text. I'm not gonna lie. I did text a couple of people about it. Not you.
Matt, right? Well, first of all, do you remember this? I think the statute of limitations is gone. Do you remember Michael Malone's sheet that one day in practice that just said Matt Ryan with 12 exclamation points?
Yeah, he had a day.
He had a day there.
He had a day.
Look, he's a shooter. He loves Jokic. Loved Malone. Loved being here. That's honestly like Holiday, Matt Ryan. They kind of both are somewhat
do the
similar.
Nuggets just have their own Matt Ryan already?
And Hunter Tyson?
Yeah.
Well, I will say Hunter Tate.
Maybe.
You gotta hit him. You got look. All right.
I mean, you're right. Matt Ryan's not that much more proven than Hunter Tyson.
except he kind of is in the NBA. All right, there are archetypes.
He did have a good year last year.
We're doing the thing all GMs do, which is
Then again, Hunter Tyson didn't play last year. So
gotta
do we
break.
really know?
When did Matt Ryan have his best game last year against the Nuggets? This is a classic. This is what GMs do. Hey, that guy's awesome. Well, you saw his best game ever.
Yeah, we should probably hit a break because I have a whole other tangent.
You have a whole other tangent you want to go on?
We
About
love
what we were
tangents.
just talking about, but I think
All right, it's too long. Let's take a break. We'll pick up on the other side.
Shout out to our friends over at UC Health. They have a Ready, Set, Co campaign going on right now because Coach Prime wants to help you and other Coloradans be your healthiest selves.
thank you, Coach Prime.
As the Chief Motivation Officer of UC Health's Ready, Set, Co challenge, we cannot do it without him.
Thank you, Coach.
We cannot do it without our Chief Motivation Officer. The goal of the challenge is to get Colorado back to its rightful place as the healthiest state.
How are we not? I hate that we're not.
Fallen off,
It's
man. We have
ridiculous.
really
It's
fallen off. I don't know how. Hawaii's passed us, I think. Hawaii shouldn't even count in this. They're like cheating. Here are some key points
I
to
agree
keep
with
in
this.
mind.
How are they cheating? They're a state.
Yeah, but it just like it's not real.
The
It's
whole
not-
thing- the whole
living in
thing-
Hawaii is not real.
The whole thing is outdoor recreation.
Yeah, it's just like you
the
guys
entire
have too
state.
many advantages over there. We're living in the real world over here. Here are some things to keep in mind. 8 hours of sleep is a magic number. Make a good night's sleep a priority. Put your phone down when you go to bed. Try guided sleep apps as well. If you want to join UC Health's Ready, Set, Co challenge, it's a challenge. I am challenging you. Well, me and Coach Prime. Click the link in the show notes. Go to uchealth.org/readysetco.
If you really want us to get in shape, we get you. That message is really for all those Californians and Texans that moved in.
I mean, that's why. It's all the
Colorado's still
transplants.
fit.
Yeah.
New Jersey, I'm looking at you too. Don't try to think you're off the hook here.
Next time you see Coach Prime, just drop and start doing push-ups.
That's right.
Just be like, Ready, Set, Co.
Coach.
I don't know what you mean.
Motivation Prime. All right, Toyota's the official vehicle of DNVR and proud partner of the Denver Nuggets. So I think it's a neat fit here. I think it's a natural fit for us to talk about Toyota and all their great trucks here on the DNVR show. So it's not just trucks. Who am I kidding? There's other options. There's 17 models, by the way, with all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, like the Epic 4Runner. But they also offer more low and zero-emission vehicles combined than any other automaker. As Adam alluded to earlier, rather rudely, Colorado is made up of a lot of different types of people these days.
We've got Coloradans.
You've got Coloradans,
New Jersey people.
You've got New Jersey. You've got the dreaded transplants.
Vagrants, I think they call them.
Yeah. Whatever kind of Coloradan you are, there is a Toyota for you. Do yourself a favor and visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. This is my tongue twister every day. Ready, guys? AutoNation Toyota Arapahoe in Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood Toyota is a proud partner of the Denver Nuggets and the official vehicle of DNVR.
There you go. Back here, segment 3. Rant, you want to get it going?
Oh, it wasn't really a rant.
what's your
It wasn't a
rant?
rant. It was not a rant. It was just a tangent. There are these guys are like cut from an archetype cloth, right? The open gym shooters, and you see a lot of Wancho, Matt Ryan, Sam Hauser. But only
I see a theme that you're going with here.
But only some of these guys actually hit the shots in the NBA games. And that's kind of I'm trying to say is like Hunter Tyson, an elite empty gym guy.
Yeah.
Or is Hunter Tyson going to actually turn into one of those white guys you keep on the roster because he knocks down shots? That's what I'm getting at.
JJ Redick, Luke Kennard. There's no list of this.
But again, like I watched Juancho for 3 years. One of the prettiest jump shots I've ever seen. He did not miss in open gyms. And
he did have a pretty jumper.
And it never really happened for him. So I'm just saying with Hunter, it's nice to hear those things. And I'm sure he did it in the G League, but we do have to see him hit some shots too.
Matt Ryan shot 45% from 3 last year.
Yeah, he's a guy that hits them.
He is a guy that literally has one skill, but it is a good skill. And he's smart, moves off ball well, and knocks down threes. Everything else, not that great. But
he can't really do anything else.
I'm in on guys when they come in and they're like, Jokic, I just learned so much from that guy. I'm like, man, that guy would be good here.
Yeah, you're easy.
To all the free agents out there, this is how easy it is.
This is how easy.
You have to just say you like the best player in the world.
And we're like, I'm listening.
Yeah. And you're like, that's one of my guys.
Yeah, this guy might be smart.
Matt Ryan will forever be one of our guys because of 3 words that he said.
So
I love Jokic.
Yep. All right, what else we got?
This one comes to us from Chistow21. Chistow Lane. Will we have to wait till the playoffs?
So here, this is an interesting question for 2 reasons. One, it will happen quicker if he plays well. It will happen quicker than not because media, and I'm not saying us, I'm saying big media out there. We're little media. Big media would love nothing more than to hop on the Westbrook train.
Oh,
Why?
Yeah.
There's clicks to be had. There's interviews to be mined. There's all these things. So Westbrook plays well for 7 games. You better believe there's going to be a lot of big name reporters that are like, you know what? I actually was always kind of interested in this.
Yeah. I think it can happen really quick too. Also, there's been a bit of this revisionist history on Reggie Jackson and how bad he was here. I feel like people are trying to say he wasn't as bad as he was.
He had one awesome game.
And then was okay-ish in the playoffs. But we don't have to sugarcoat it. Yeah, he played in 82 games. Tip of the hat to him. He was a consummate professional. He was bad. He was bad last year. He was very bad. Yeah. So I don't think it's going to take a lot for Russell Westbrook to be better than him.
People see what they want to in Russ. Yep. So if this is a success story, that's the narrative. And for the haters, the second he's not playing well, that's the narrative.
You're right. It actually cuts both ways. Yep. He can be way out, kind of bad, kind of good. But if he's kind of bad, they're going to pretend it's really bad. And if he's kind of good, they're going to pretend he's great.
That's right.
They're waiting to see, and then they'll jump on.
Meanwhile, I think the last part of it, I'm more hopeful about the regular season than the playoffs. I think this can work in the regular season. The playoffs, we'll see. Just because the last few years, that's been it's been an issue.
He is the anti-Jokic. Jokic had 2 MVPs, and they're like, I just don't know if he's actually good. It's I don't know what more we need to see. What else, Kel?
Something in the playoffs.
Oh man, building the perfect run to the playoffs. I would say I think number 1, you get the Pelicans if they don't sign a center. Do you guys see? Do you know who's playing center for the Pelicans?
Herb Jones.
I brought this up yesterday.
Herb Jones.
I said this exactly yesterday.
He did.
I'm live a lot. I'm live on the air a lot. I don't remember who said what. But yes, that to me would be an example of an 8 seed that you could be like, come on. Yeah. Herb Jones guarding Jokic. All right, let's do it. Daniel Tice guarding Jokic. Okay.
Yeah. Strong agree.
4 games, maybe 5 if the Nuggets go out one night in Dubai.
I think either of the LA teams right now. I think either of the LA teams right now. You go, thanks.
The Lakers would be a fun second round matchup. That's I don't know how you get that. That's like a 1-4.
I'm just saying, doing the easy stuff. Denver played a terrible series last year and they won in 5.
That's so true.
So they were so bad.
But they added a second LeBron James.
That is true. They did do that.
Now they have 2 LeBron
I feel like
Jameses.
I would love to play the Grizzlies.
They're a little scary to me.
Really?
I mean, they have a smart coach and they have a fast player that I'm not sure Denver has a fast defensive player.
I will say this.
I do think they'd beat them. I mean, come on.
Do you know who I don't think
I would also love to play the Clippers.
Clippers is good. You said both the LA teams.
Yeah, both the LA teams. The Clippers for sure.
I just feel pretty confident, though, that the Clippers are heading for a disaster of a season.
Well, they have the number 2 coach in the NBA, though.
And
CBS.
A couple superstars.
I will say this is the year everyone has been waiting for. The year where everyone stops pretending about the Clippers, which is really cool.
I mean, even the Clippers. Do you count the Clippers organization?
Did you see the Kawhi quote about who stood out to him in training camp?
No one.
And he just started, but it gets because he listed names. He just starts listing guys, and then he goes, Yeah, no one stood out to me.
Well, it might be tough for him to tell because he hasn't played.
Yeah,
in
he
a
hasn't
scrimmage
actually
yet.
showed up
That's
to
true.
practice
Well,
yet.
when you're in your helicopter, it's hard to see the training camp guys.
I mean, look, I think Dallas would be tough. I actually think Phoenix would be tough for Denver this year. I don't want to see Phoenix early if you can avoid it.
I mean, Phoenix is definitely better this year for sure.
And they just have two bigs, man. I know that sounds silly, but that was part of it. They don't have a Jock Landale anymore, I don't think. Maybe Mace is over the hump more than I think. But Phoenix, Dallas, and Oklahoma City, Minnesota, those are the four that I think you would hope to avoid. Of those, Minnesota might be the least scary now. It's crazy how one trade can change that.
I disagree.
Who's
Still
the least? I think
Phoenix for
Oklahoma
me.
City is the least scary.
Of what for?
Dallas, Minnesota, Oklahoma City, Phoenix.
in the playoffs,
In the playoffs.
I think it's Phoenix. It's the
Phoenix
least
just
scary.
can make shots, man, and they make shots where you're like, well,
But do they?
they did against Denver. I mean, look, we all love that they beat the doors off them in game 5 and 6, but they did lose in games 4 and 5 with Jokic putting on 2 master classes. Denver's a little vulnerable to their volume of scoring.
I think it still might be OKC
Really?
as the easiest playoff matchup. Yeah.
That is to me, that's a 4 or 5 pepper take.
I do like Big Honey though. Before we even went down this road, he said, "Give us the T-Wolves, no Twin Towers anymore." I'm
They
not
still
going
have
to
Anthony
pick
Edwards.
them.
They still have
I'm not going to pick
Jaden
them.
McDaniels.
But I will say, have this conversation with yourself honestly, right? And this is why you can't write the Nuggets off. Like, of course, would they be in a series with OKC? Yes. Minnesota without Towns? Yes.
Yeah.
Dallas, almost certainly.
I mean, to your point, the Nuggets sucked last year and they beat the Lakers in 5. The Nuggets sucked last year and had a 20-point lead in Game 7 against the Timberwolves. Like, there's a level of that. Do they suck again this year? We'll find out. But I think that they're
Right.
better than what they showed, and they almost won anyway.
But I do think, all right, like as far as first or second round matchups, you'd be like, this is awesome. Lakers, Clippers, if that somehow happened, or Pelicans.
Stu, we have one more, Kale. Is there one more good one here you can go
Sacramento, too. They would torch Sacramento.
to? Okay.
Matthew Kamira, a.k.a. 55555-ish. What is one good team that will be even better than people think, and one bad team that will be even worse than people think? Isn't interesting? He just
I do like that.
took it further
Let's
in
start
each
with the
direction.
bad team.
Who's going to be worse than people think?
Probably Portland.
Portland will be pretty bad.
Did you guys
Like
see,
people might be projecting them for 18 wins and they might win 8 games.
Did you guys see Chauncey say that Denny Avdia is their best player?
He is.
He is. But I just, you know,
Yeah.
That
no
is a
disrespect,
hilarious
but that's
thing to
not where
say.
you want to be, I think.
That is a pretty funny thing to say. Is it possible San Antonio? Because everyone's like counting. That team is still not. Doesn't seem like they're really trying to win.
Hawks.
Maybe.
I think the Hawks.
Yeah, I could see the Hawks
they stand a
being
chance
worse.
of being atrocious.
I'm kind of buying the Hawks.
All right, man. Can I actively
I mean, it is
bet
the East.
against you? and
Honestly,
then-
buy any team in the East is the safest thing. 'Cause
Yeah.
then they're
Reese
like,
Shea, you see that preseason debut?
oh my god.
yeah. Do you guys remember when Joel Embiid let the Hawks make the conference finals?
Yeah. They were pretty good that year.
Oh, by the way, my sincere answer to the first half of the question is Denver. Denver is the good team that's going to be better than everyone says they are right now.
That's a vibey answer, man. I like that.
I'm
not quite as
of-
confident.
Regular
though.
season, I'm buying the Kings.
That's a good one too. That would be one I would
Not
I would pick
playoffs,
too.
but regular season.
I could totally see that.
DeRozan? Let's go.
Do I have an East team that I think is going to be better?
East? I mean, man.
I mean, I love Orlando, man. I just love that team, but I don't even
Cleveland,
me.
I
I'm
think
not sure.
Cleveland could be. I think Cleveland could. I don't think they're going to win the East.
I mean, my East team, I guess, is the Hawks.
Jesus, dude.
What
Get
are we
a
doing?
hold of yourself.
Yeah, get a grip, dude. That's
Trey Young, I mean, addition by subtraction, getting away, getting DeJounte out of there. Jalen Johnson, his most improved player campaign has already begun. Reese Shea at the wing.
Well, we're learning just how little of the East Harrison Wind watches.
No, you're learning how bad the East is.
The East
that
is
I'm
really
buying
bad.
The Hawks.
The East is really bad that it could happen. All right, let's go to our other mailbag now, Kale.
What?
I have no idea what this is.
Okay, we're out here in Docker Brewery in Belgrade, and I've got the homies with me. We've got some mailbag questions. Here they are.
Oh,
Oh, there
do.
we go.
All right. Here is his first question.
That's a good. I'll do that. All right, you got one?
Okay, let me just think about it.
Sure. You got one? Just ask me about Jamal Murray. It doesn't matter. I mean, whatever. Okay. Like, ready?
I mean,
Okay.
wait, that was the clip.
So we did not get a question there.
Wait, is that it?
Oh, don't worry. He sent like 6 of these.
Before we go further, we met that guy, right?
Yeah, of course.
Does anyone remember his
that's,
name?
that's the homie.
I'm trying to remember his name.
Big dog.
All right, cool.
Our guy.
Our guy. That's our guy.
Here's the next question.
He gave us that Rakia.
All right, let me finish.
Mike. Got one?
Okay.
These guys can't get a question out.
Do you guys think our job's easy? This is in every NBA player's dream. Is like, I want to see you on the court, and you just brick it. This is look all right, live.
Man,
on
the bright lights too
Kale?
much for some people.
Let's go to the next one.
Let's see if they were more successful this time.
That's a question. That's a good question.
All right. What else we
All
got?
right, let's see. Did he? Okay, here's one.
So I have a question: how's gonna Westbrook fit into the team now that he's like an older guy that played good, but it's questionable how he's gonna fit in with the rest of the Denver Nuggets?
So first of all,
this is a question we've never addressed. We've never gotten into this at all.
can you just pull up? Don't even play it. Just pull the clip up again. Just pull it up real quick. That same one.
Great question.
Yeah, the last. Serbs, I'll just pause it.
I have a question: how
Serbs are tall.
Yeah.
What is D-line a bad angle here? Is this guy 7'4"?
No, this is D-line refusing to get up from his seat
Yeah,
to
he's
film this
sitting
guy.
down. That's what's happening.
That's what this is.
We can't leave out that this guy might just be, a 7'4". So,
Right. Yeah, I mean, he definitely played for like KK Joker.
Westbrook, how will he fit in? TBD. Very interesting.
I'm curious to see how it looks in this next preseason game.
Yeah.
Him with the starters, him with the bench.
Yeah.
A lot of interesting things to find out.
I think Wynn nailed it.
All right. All
right,
we got another one.
We got
Kale?
one more. Yeah.
How much points do you think Julian Strouder is going to average this year?
Okay, there you go.
Okay,
Julian
nice
Strouder.
question.
We got
Nice
one.
question.
We got one. All right, points. Nailed it. Points. Last year, for reference, KCP 10. Off the bench, Christian Brown 7. Peyton Watson 7, basically. Reggie Jackson 10. That gives you a framework.
I'll say 9.
It's a lot.
That's exactly what I was going to say. For Christian, that's exactly. I'll say
Julian.
9.
Julian, yeah.
For
Strouder.
Julian,
Yeah, I'm going to say 9.
I'll go 8.5.
So Julian last year, on a per 36-minute basis, averaged 15 points. I think he's going to play closer to 18 minutes. That would put him at 7.5. I'll bump it up to go to 8. So
Okay.
I'm a little lower than you guys. I'll say
all in the
7.7.
same
Julian
ballpark.
Strouder feels like the number 7 to me. When I hear his name, it feels like 7. So I'll go 7.7.
I feel like Julian Strouder is going to have 12 points and then 2 points the next game.
Sounds right. That tracks. Any more?
That's all from me, Eric.
All right. Shouts to Belgrade.
Great work, Belgrade.
Great field work, Eric.
Great mailbag.
Also,
journalism.
shouts to everybody though that
Yeah,
showed
but
up for our guy
seriously, shout out
D-Line
to you
in
guys.
Belgrade.
You guys
He had a
are
little
the best.
impromptu meetup. Looked like the homies were out, man.
Yeah, that looks
so
like an
cool.
awesome time. Just, sipping, yelling, smoking cigarettes,
Yeah.
talking about Russell Westbrook.
It doesn't take long to put me back there mentally.
know.
You put me a quick snapshot of a Serbian with a beer, and I'm like, yeah, I could do it.
I could do it.
I could do
Yeah,
it.
it does sound fun.
Yeah.
I will say the middle guy that was there, he's the guy that told me while I was out there he likes Harrison much better than me.
No.
My guy.
just as like I like Harrison a lot more than you. I was like, oh,
there you
thanks.
go. I mean,
I'll let
maybe
him.
that's
I'll
an
tell
opinion
him
most
that.
of Serbia
I love
has.
the quick. We got like 1.5 seconds of a very drunk Lycos, and then never appeared on screen.
I love Lycos.
Oh, man.
Shout out to
Our
Lycos.
guy, our guy.
It's time to blind rank, Kale. Let's get out with a little bit of fun. It's casual Friday. It is a haters ball as well. Why not? Let's hate. I love it. Isn't that my old picture where we did pull up the haters ball again? Because some of these we had an old version for an old thing, and then the old version of me just made it into all the graphics now.
You look very dead.
No, there was a version we had where everybody had we tried to give more definition to the eyes, but
Yeah.
it made us all look like we had wrinkles.
Oh,
So, but that's not this one.
I just have gray eyebrows.
Well, you're like way paler than all of us.
Man, that's about. You know what? This is all these graphics are so make me self conscious.
Well, you take it
I'm
up
kidding.
with Eric.
Hater
Mine looks
blind
great.
rank. We're gonna give you a list of things you don't know what's
Okay,
coming.
I'm not looking.
he probably looked. You cheater. You little cheater.
No, I didn't look. Hand to God.
So this is 1 through 10 also, right?
1 through 10. These are things you most want to happen this year. Number one, the first one: Celtics lose in round 1. Can you use your number 1 on number 1?
It wouldn't be number 1 because I have to save number 1. I love the Nuggets more than I hate the Celtics, all right?
Okay.
But God, do I hate the Celtics a lot. Put it up at number 2.
Number 2 is the Celtics losing in the first round. That's your first haters ball. I think it's
Who would you like them to lose to?
First of all, anyone. But
the Hawks.
Yeah.
Wins Hawks.
Honestly,
My Hawks,
But
baby.
then we have to listen to him all year, all playoffs. Be like,
Hawks.
I told you the Hawks would do it.
wins Hawks. I could do Miami.
I
again.
love Quinn Snyder.
Miami again.
I could do Miami
Actually,
again.
that's the right answer.
I could do Miami
Miami
again.
beats him in round
Just when
1.
we've written them off, Miami gets them. All right, I feel good about. That's the best start I've had yet.
Okay, it is a good start. Next one. What if by the end of the year we say the Bulls won the Caruso Giddey trade?
The Chicago Bulls won the Caruso Giddey trade. Oh, that's big for the Nuggets because that means Caruso hasn't been good in OKC. OKC's probably been a.
They're like, man, OKC got fleeced.
All right, I'm gonna put that at. Oh man, that's kind of good though.
It's kind of. I mean, think about how hard it would be for that to be the case. But
I'm gonna put it at 6
all right,
because that's
This one really, I feel like, wouldn't matter that much to us.
it means OKC is a little less good than we thought. I mean, that's what it means.
Yeah.
Or a lot less good, honestly. Like, that could be it. All right. Next one. Clay shoots 28% from 3 this season.
that actually would make me kind of sad as much as I would take it for the Nuggets.
We all love Clay. It's like Clay's just lovable. He's universally loved.
Yes.
It feels like Klay Thompson should have wound up on the Nuggets.
Man, the Nuggets are so much more of a vibe than the Mavs. 28% from 3.
So I already feel like now I'm saying, am I more worried about the Thunder or the Mavs in a sense? I don't know what else is coming. Shoot. Let's put it at 5.
That's pretty high.
7.
Hold on, what was that?
You did not take your hand off the chess piece.
Okay.
7. 7 final answer.
All right, 7 final answer. I think that's probably good. All right, this one is such a haters ball thing. Durant hates Budenholzer.
One for
Hates
me.
him. Public feuds. Arguing on the bench. Cryptic tweets.
That's pretty good. That is hilarious.
Non-cryptic tweets.
Not so cryptic tweets.
Oh my God. That's
He's
great.
just adding HP basketball about it. What are your thoughts on Budenholzer at HP basketball?
Unfortunately, I'm just not as worried about the Suns as you are, Adam. So I'm going to put this one low. I'm going to put this 8. I would like it, though.
Man, I think this one would be too funny. It just would be a hilarious way for them to
KD
go down.
feuds with Budenholzer.
All right.
Hates Budenholzer.
This one's a great one, courtesy of Wind. Bronny is a rotation player.
Bronny is a rotation player?
Presumably means the Lakers are really thin. And
That
it's
is
like,
so
you know
good.
what?
Oh, it would drive everyone crazy.
The Lakers fans are mad because they're like, are we just punting on this year?
Yeah, let's put it at 4.
That'd be a good one, right?
Let's put it at 4.
Bronny rotation player
It'd
for
be
them.
so good.
It's a very good haters ball prompt from Wind. Anthony Edwards demands the Wolves trade Gobert.
3.
That one would be pretty great.
That one would be so good.
Shams is reporting that Anthony Edwards has gone to Tim Conley and
Send the
requested,
video.
insisted they trade Gobert.
And sources say it's not the fit. He just doesn't like him.
He just doesn't like it.
Yeah. Not about the fit at all. Just get him out.
So what did you say on that one? 3? That is a good haters ball
I
one.
forgot that this is haters. I should have just put Celtics 1 the whole way.
You should have. Embiid ranks 10th in MVP votes.
10th?
Qualifies, but ranks 10th. Just not an MVP candidate this year.
I don't know if I'm going to get a better shot at one other than Celtics or this one.
Qualifies. There's not injury. All these presume not injury related. I'm not trying. We're not playing a game where we hope people get hurt. Everybody's healthy. It's just this is how it shook out.
Embiid just isn't that good.
It's just shocking fall.
Or
is it
just
over?
Maxey maybe takes over the top spot on that team. We know it's not going to be Paul George, but maybe Maxey.
All right, let's put that one because I don't know if I'm going to get a safer one. Actually, no. They're right, though.
What is this? It's blind rank. It's your list.
I know, but I don't like my own picks. 5. Put it
Okay,
5.
he's going
I
5.
should have put Celtics 1. Shit.
All right. Yeah, you might have, should have.
I thought one might be like Nuggets sweep someone.
Westbrook eliminates the Clippers.
It should have been Westbrook eliminates the Lakers. But
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Clippers is fine.
You're right.
If you want
it
to
is-
switch it, you can.
We already have a Lakers one.
Let's go with that. Let's go with that for one. And let's do either LA team.
Change the answer to
Let's
make it a better
change
one. Eliminates Clipper. He's going to say either LA team. All right. You know what? I like it. That works. 2 more. Murray drops 50 on Christmas. This is against the Suns.
Oh.
Well, now you're just a Murray hater.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Wow. You
yeah.
don't want this to happen?
Hang on. Just to be clear, I hate the Suns in this equation, right?
Yeah.
9. I mean, 9. I would have put it higher if I could, if I had waited.
And the thing he least wants to happen, Kale, what is it? He least wants this to happen. MPJ dunks on Tatum. It could have been so good.
We do this to you every time, and you never see it coming.
Never see.
I could have had it all.
It coming.
You could have
had it
you could have
all.
had that one too. It would have been a perfect vote list.
Do you know why I
Unfortunately.
like blind rankings? It's because I don't feel good about a single one of my picks.
All right, we got some super chats to get to.
It's just one.
I'm gonna bet you $35. It's from
I did
Cedric.
see a comment that we should go back to that Kale had great dance moves at a wedding.
I saw that too. Yeah.
Hang on. Did you go to a wedding?
Kale,
that,
I met you at Sarah and Chandler's wedding, by
Oh,
the way.
shout
and
out
No,
Chandler.
that was not
dance
too long ago. This
moves.
is a little bit ago.
I was cooking. I'm not gonna lie. I was cooking up in there.
This I could believe.
I could believe
One
it as
time
well.
I went to a wedding with Kale, and then I woke up and there was a picture in the Slack, and his face was missing.
Yeah, I drove Kale back from that wedding.
Yeah.
I remember.
That was a good. That was.
We got stuck
that
in
wedding
like,
is the drunkest collectively that DNVR has
that
ever
was a
been.
wild
True.
night.
Also, Harrison and I got stuck in like 4 hours of traffic coming home from Fort Collins with no air conditioning.
That was not
was-
great. Not great.
It was tough.
Not great.
DNVR went hard in the paint. I don't know if we can go hard in the paint like that anymore.
That's never going to happen again.
never
We've turned
is.
the HR corner. There's no chance.
We peaked as a company.
Yeah,
then it was
we're
in the
never
early
drinking like
days.
that
and
again.
we're like,
Yeah.
we can't get away
I mean,
with
it
that
was
stuff
2019.
anymore. Yeah.
Cedric Exquisite. Hashtag trade Zeke. Vote equals Klaus. Kale equals Haley. Adam equals Steve. And Wind equals Alien.
Okay.
Guys, I have no clue on this one.
I got nothing.
All right. Well,
Kind of a quick note here. We have a Discord for DNVR diehards. It's one of the perks you get for signing up for a DNVR diehard membership. I'm actually going to be in there for the next 30 minutes doing a exclusive Q&A with our Discord and DNVR diehard members. So if you're a diehard,
Great thing. I love this.
go over to the Discord. I'm going to be in there doing a Q&A, so ask me anything and I'll give you my honest answer.
love it.
Yeah,
Love
it's
it.
awesome.
We're going to be doing that more often too. So
We've also
sign
got
up.
Ariana coming in here on Tuesday. So we have a watch party Tuesday for the Nuggets preseason game. You're going to want to get here. You're going to want to be a part of it. She is such a sweet person, such a sweet soul. Even if you're not into tarot, just come support the homie, man. She is, if you remember, became a Nuggets fan by fate. She picked every team out of a hat to eliminate them, and the last one standing was the Denver Nuggets. And then guess what happened? The Nuggets won a championship. It was amazing.
It worked out.
Yeah, she's a beautiful soul. Come meet her, hang out with her, tell her you appreciate her, and she's doing tarot readings if you're into that sort of thing. Everybody, go have yourselves a great weekend. Hit that like button on the way out. We'll see you Sunday.
All city like the mayor.